Man, time to get this going here. How's everybody doing tonight? So we're going to get this going. Now this past weekend, I had a truly incredible weekend, all the way up into Minnesota and Wisconsin crawling. It was amazing. Me, Keone, and Larry took this trip up there. We met with Barry and Jason. Got a tour of Deluxe shop. If you're a channel member, you've already seen a couple videos. I got one more I got to upload for you guys. But it was a truly incredible drive. Excuse me, we flew. Incredible trip, put it that way. This weekend, I've got Bash Fest, Bash and Crash. Anyway, it's going to be at the Art Park in right around the Tifton, Georgia area. So I'll be there for that. What's up, Clayton? Oh no, Rich B. How you guys doing tonight? Hopefully everybody can hear me well. Everything looks okay. Uh, did you enjoy the cold weather, dude? It wasn't very cold. Um, at night, I mean, I guess it did get a little chilly on Friday when we got there. Actually, Thursday night when we got there, it got a little chilly, but I was still in shorts on Thursday. Friday and Saturday, I did wear pants, but honestly, I could have wore shorts again on Saturday. And Sunday was the trip home. So, Andrew, I did, buddy. I did. Sound is awesome. Thank you. Good deal there. I'm always like, my sound is such a pain to get, and I mess it up all the time. You're looking at the Executioner sitting right here. Yes, this is an RTR Executioner, and so is this right here. These will more than likely ship out. I got this Crash Fest thing, Crashapalooza event. Hopefully Art Park will pop in here. But yeah, these right here will ship out probably early next week. All I've got are body mounts to do, body mounting, power it up. I got to change some of the battery plugs and put some JSTs on there, set endpoints, and they're pretty much ready to go. And I'm going to tell you right now, these these things are like fluid. They're like butter compared to mine. Mine is this one right here. A new body, my Enlightened RC, painted me a nice body, something a lot better. Mine is like an old clapped out Yugo. Oh, but man, put that thing through the paces this past weekend. Ran these new inserts I showed you guys earlier in the week. We probably put a mile on them, and they look just like I printed them. They look fabulous. So real happy with that. Real happy with how that turned out. Let me see here. I'm using the less expensive shampoo. No, I just use whatever soap I can find. Wearing pants in public is good, Joe. Yes, I did a couple times. Discovery RC. Do you think Traxxas should do a Summit 2.0? I, I I wouldn't if I was them. I wouldn't. Yeah, I agree with Pat House. Just let it be gone. Let it be part of history. Um, a 1.6 TRX4 Max. Well, they should do a lot of things. What's up, Chainsaw? And how do you fold the stage killer body toward the skid? Like you heat it. Oh, how do I fold it? Like this right here? I just bend it and kind of pinch it like this right here where I want the crease and just give it a good old pinch. And that's how I get that right there. So it's actually pretty simple. And the stage killer body is really easy to get in place. What I've been doing in addition to this, because the body will have a little bit of a spread to it, so I've been giving it another crease right up here at the top. I'll give it another little bit of a crease right there, just enough to kind of bring those sides in a little bit more. It really helps out quite a bit. And then obviously trimming it and all that. You don't want your bed sides below the chassis. Your body sides below the chassis. Sorry about that. Let me see here. Mir, what's up? Enlighten, what's up, buddy? Price on RTR. These, with the axles, everything you see with the body, we've got a Fusion Pro, OD3 transmission, a Reefs 900, Deluxe shocks. This one right here was asked for the J Concepts megalithics, which really look good. That profile is nice. They have the pro codes at both ends of them. Got the brass. I'm currently out of the brass. I did the little deal with the carbon over top of it. Fully set up. Cut the length drive shafts off Amazon. I mean, they're as good as any of them out there. I mean, unless maybe you spend a lot of money and get the titanium ones. But these right here, RTR, they're a bit expensive. And they've taken me a lot longer to put together than what I had anticipated, because I keep finding little things that I've got to order, little bits and all that. But they are $1,500. So, and that is ready to go. Everything on it. All the links are set up right. With these axles, you got some clearancing up here. So I'm going through, I'm clearancing all of those out, making sure everything flows nice and smooth. I'm working on the knuckles, getting that tight turn. You can see right here. See, I've got this, and honestly, I put a little bit of a bend on this, which I haven't done yet. It'll get even tighter. So let me see mine. I think I have the bend on mine. You can see a little bit right there. It's kind of weird. You got to get it just right to see everything. But yeah, they are quite the truck, let me tell you. Is the Helimon worth it? It's so expensive to upgrade. Dude, the Helimon is awesome. It's a totally different platform. It's its own beast, you know. Probably going to have new axle shafts for those axles soon, because that is a breaking point on them. I got a feeling we're going to have that taken care of. Paul King, what's up? 2300, no sir, not 23. Yep. I've got my SX10 Gladiator currently. All right, good deal. I blew up the front differential on my G-Made Buffalo today. Benita, buddy, you're going to have to order parts. What I haven't. Andrew, buddy, it's so easy to get past 1,000 on a crawler. I mean, you buy a crawler, say $500 or $600, and you could go out and have an absolute blast with it. You go run against one of these, and at the end of the day, you're laughing, you're enjoying. You had just as much fun as the guy with this truck right here. Honestly, you really did. These right here just are on another level, and Barry and Jason drove mine. Jason drove mine quite a bit. If you don't know Jason, he's the owner of Deluxe Fab. You will see that upcoming video starting tomorrow. Barry is a world champion. He drove it. He also gave me some pointers for some things I might need to adjust on it. And I'm already making some adjustments on it. You guys will start seeing those on the website in the form of minor things that add up. So yeah, you guys will be seeing that soon on the website. I've already got them printed. I just got to put them together. We are only 8 minutes into it, so I'll wait for a little bit till we get into that one. I got a little bit of something else. I got some updates on some other parts and pieces that I'm trying to get made. So they get made. I will be building a 4th Executioner, except this one will be a sporty. So it'll be on new axles, generally the same layout, but probably going to quite literally cut rails, because in that class, none of this matters. You don't have to be out there to your axle tubes or any of that stuff. None of that matters. For that class, I've got another couple ideas I might want to do to the skid, kind of revise that a little bit, just to get a little more on the extreme end of things. Right now, these trucks right here, man, they run really good. I mean, I had my Executioner out there, Keone had his, and Larry had his, and man, we did a lot of crawling. I'm talking miles. No kidding. Miles. I'm not exaggerating. Jeff Lasco, yeah, buddy. Buy the reels and skid and build up, slow yourself until getting RT. Basically, Clayton, yeah, all you really need are the rails and skid. The rest of it, you can piece together. But it's like one thing about it, if you get the rails and the skid, go ahead and get one of these up here, one of the mounts and all that. At least like the open mount or something. Um, that way, you've got it. I mean, for $10 and it bolts in, you're kind of all set, you know? Uh, Jacob Robinson, beat the creek. I will be there. I absolutely will be there. I will be bringing bins of executioner stuff. So hopefully it'll be kind of like what I have in the executioner room. So like if you want one, if you want to build one, and you got this transmission, that transmission, if I have a skid for it, you can kind of build it a la carte right there. So I think that'd be pretty cool. Plus, I've got all kinds of links now. So links are in stock. I found the ring and pinion for $15 on Amazon. Should be here in 5 days. There you go, Bonita. Including base price of vehicles themselves. Roughly 13 deep into upgrades and repairs on my crawler. Daddy J, dude, tell me about it. I don't know. The cheapest RC I have over there in crawlers is probably the base camp, and that's because I've only put brass on it. I haven't done anything to it. What are the options you're ordering when ordering one from you? The options are basically what transmission you want. You got the Reefs transmission, the OD transmission, the Deluxe transmission, or the Hotline Dig transmission. And there was one other one that I made special for a guy, and it works. I got that on. So like 4 or 5 different transmissions that fit this. And the rest is, I mean, do you want to run a Fusion? Do you want to run an Outrunner? If you're going to run an Outrunner, you'll want a different piece right here, something to make use of that room in front of the motor. Try to have no or not much wasted space. That's one of the big things on trying to keep everything tucked in, nice and tight, which is a big deal on the 650s. I mean, even out there crawling in Minnesota, heck, man, I was getting 30 plus minutes out of a 650. So I've got a few requests to make a battery mount fit a 1500, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing with this thing? It's not meant to be a trail truck. It's a competition truck, in my opinion. But as with anything crawler, we're going to build it into what the heck we want, right? I mean, simple. My executioner. Yeah, Shad, I saw that. I think I responded. I think I sent you the VRD lower links on the front. So I'll get you taken care of. And Lighten, your feet still hurt, man, dude. We walked a lot of distance. Video is great. Thank you, Nitro. I wanted to show more, but you know, when you go into a place like that, you can't show everything. You know, there are a few things in there that he said are not released yet, but it was okay to skim past it. So there are some things in there, but you're going to have to really be meticulous on finding them. Different kind of train up here in Minnesota. Andrew, yes, it is. I loved it. Here, I got concrete. I mean, that's all we got, you know, really. Concrete and wood. I'd love to have, you know, a couple million tons of that rock dropped off here. It'd be amazing, but that'll never happen. I would have to be like a many-time multi-millionaire to get rock like that brought out here. And I'm barely 1,000 there. You're in a row for me. It's a great weekend of RC. Yes, sir. I got a good name idea for the new inserts. I'm kind of thinking X codes. Now, these right here ran pretty good. There's still a little bit of adjustment to it. On this one, I've got a much softer one. And honestly, it's too soft. So I've got another revision. I was going to take this out for a drive, but it's too gummy, too soft. I mean, so I made another revision on these. So I'm going to get those printed tonight. and I also did a little bit of a work on the rear pro codes. Now, these X codes, they will not replace the pro code. The pro code with the foam has a whole different rebound action to it, or a rebound, I guess, action. You know what way it works and all that. So these aren't that. However, I got a feeling they're going to work similarly, but these are kind of closer to a foam, but not a foam, if that makes any crazy sense. So, and when it comes to the videos on these, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to show you guys a little bit of the progression on how I get there. I mean, I could have put them in, took them for a drive on my own and say, hey, this, that, blah, 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 and done the revisions, but I kind of think it'll be cool to show you guys the process and where I start from and where I end to a product that I can actually put on the website. But I can tell you this much. The ones that I'm making now are specifically for these, and they will be very specific. So when they are released, it's going to be for this wheel and tire combo, and then that wheel and tire combo will come later and all that. So in some cases, it's just a matter of taking the lock ring out of the middle. Simple and easy. And in other cases, it's basically a complete redesign. So it's kind of a weird thing the way inserts are. Let me see here. Rear building, I mean, I still attempted to go around 2 this year, actually completed. Freestyle truck. Freestyle truck. I don't have a freestyle truck. Red and Eyes, what's up? Nitro Pimp Deluxe was way bigger than I thought it would be. Oh yeah, buddy. And I couldn't show you the whole operation. Just couldn't. When I go in like that, I have to talk to the owner. I was like, what can I show? What can I not show? Here, there, you know, because I don't want to go show something and leak something and, you know, cause issues. That's not what I want to do. Drive codes, that kind of makes sense because, I mean, they're a great driving insert. Man, I pulled some really good lines. You guys will see every video out there with this body. I'm literally running these exact inserts in the front of this. And it pulled some pretty good lines. I'll be honest with you. I'm happy with them. Goat codes. That's not too bad. X drive codes. Slow codes. Holding out for Exo comp crawler. Yeah. Are you wanting nuclear codes? Dude, I like that. I like that. What I was looking for when it came to these, I'm going to have to scroll down through here real quick before I get on my topic here. Nate, what's up, buddy? Code breakers, perhaps. Yeah. Nitro, what's up? Big horn codes. There's no horns on this. Nitro pump, soar. Oh, Clayton wants to see that soar running. Release STL or entire part for purchase. It will be the entire product for purchase off the website. So I, generally speaking, I don't give out STLs. There are a few of my STLs that are out, but it was kind of like somebody ordered something and they were in the UK, and I forgot to put like the drag skid, in which you'll see these have them on here because that's coming on here, right? And I forgot to put it in there. So he had a buddy with a printer. I said, look, just don't do any of that. I'll send you the STL because, I mean, heck, that's a whole lot easier for my mess up to just send the STL. And if he breaks it, I guess he can print him a new one. I hope he uses good material, because if he uses weak material, he will break it. There's only one of these out of this PLA carbon fiber and the design that we have got them set up has been broken that I know of. Let me see here. Staff for awesome. Yes, they were enlightened. Yes, they were. 40 straight nitro. 40 more nitros. Oh, is that machine? Man, Marcus, from what I could tell, everything is machined in-house. He's got CNCs, he's got all these things. I mean, to my knowledge, looking at the bins, dude, it's absolutely, from what I could tell, 100% American made. No kidding. Just no way when you made it big time, you get Lance to make links for the execution. Yes, yes, hardcore links. Yeah, he does have links for the executioner. And actually, I'm going to end up getting an executioner in Jason's hands at Deluxe. Jason seemed like he really liked the truck, so I want to get one to him and Barry. These guys are way beyond my level in the crawler world. They can look at something and see things. It's like me. If I get a truck, say this right here, within 4 or 5 feet, 2 or 3 climbs, I already know whether the truck is going to work or not. And they are like that, but way beyond. I mean, Barry is a world champ, so that should say something. When guys like that talk, I shut up and listen. Simple as that. Like with Wyatt Mellon, he wants to start talking tech. I'm going to shut up, listen, and take notes. Simple as that, you know. So awesome. I made it big time. You got a month and a half to get that store ready for me. Oh yeah, Clayton's coming all the way down to Middleburg. Did you buy all that Deluxe? Oh, did I buy it Deluxe? Oh, I got another set of these. Oh, and I got some different ball ends and different small pieces and all that. So there is a new version of these shocks as well, just so you know. Bro code. I thought about that, Jacob. I thought about bro codes. Not your mama's cheat codes, alarm codes. Nate, dude, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Talbot will eventually get an executioner. I got all the link sets in. So, and when I get his put together, now, might sound a little bit crazy here, but when I get that, because I know what he's capable of, I know how he's capable of doing it, I'm going to send him some extra parts and just go ahead and ask him to put some 6S in it and take it to the skate park. That would be awesome. Going to send him quite a few spare rod ends though, because the first things he's going to bust are the rod ends. That's the first thing he's going to pop. Other than that, I have no idea what he can break, but man, 6S. I'm kind of tempted to put mine on 6S and see what I can do. I got a Castle system, a Mamba X I could put in there and just go send it. 6S. I'm not sure if I could do that. I mean, that's 2,300. Find something around 6,000 kV, and 3S would be good too. Doing a pink executioner for the ladies, named Exo Cutie. Yeah, the original chassis, they're all gone. The reddish ones, that would have been the perfect one for you. Tommy Tyson. I know, buddy. I've seen in some of your videos that some of the crawler course are named Crowley, then Sammy. Lone Wolf, yes, I am a Supernatural fan. I would love to see that show go to the big screen. I can talk about Supernatural for an hour or two. That show was just insane. And Crowley had one of the best arcs, man. Dude, Crowley was awesome. Will there be a slider version or a roller version? Yeah, I can do that. But right now, I can't get any more axles. Hopefully, from what I've been told, the axles are starting to make it out a little bit, you know, so they're starting to ship. But there's a new set of axles that I'm working with. I get these axles. It's going to change things just enough to get into a little more trouble. So they are making progress on that. So it's just something I'm working on. The slider version. They should call them no, because you'll have them in different area codes. Oh yeah, Justin, they're gonna be all over the place, man. There are executioners in Australia, UK. I think Norway has a couple. There's a couple in Canada. There's actually I got an email today. I asked them to call me. A guy in Canada is wanting to stock these in there. So it's going to be. It's already in one hobby shop now. Maybe another hobby shop there. Actually, no, it's in three shops now. This will be a fourth. So they are starting to get on shelves at some of these locations. So um, that's really exciting, to be honest with you. That's really exciting. Like beyond what I ever expected, you know? Joe, Urban Legend. I'm into the show The Blacklist right now. Man, I haven't watched TV in years. I'm too busy making my own movies. My own adult dirty movies. I mean, let's face it, virtually all my movies are dirty. Technically, right? Huh. Into the show The Blacklist. Clayton, I never broke my rift. I think Clayton is telling some stories now. Would too so I can have the anti-possession tat, dude. Man, I've got salt around here. I'm just waiting for something to come up on me. There's that rumor of a season 16, man, dude. I can tell you exactly how to do it, but let's keep this on RC because man, I could do a full supernatural live stream. Man, that would be phenomenal. I could totally do that. Nitro Pimp. Then you haven't played with it. I'm pretty sure Clayton's played with it a few times. I absolutely love to hear your stuff is getting out on shelves. Daddy J, man, it's truly amazing. I know I'm sold out on these brass. I've got to order for 200 more. So, and I'm also looking at, there's a new printer by Bamboo, H2O, 2HO, something like that. And obviously, it's got dual printer heads. So if you're printing in multiple colors and stuff like that, it doesn't, just waste a whole bunch of filament as it's purging and all that. But it also has up to a 40-watt laser engraver. There's another attachment you can get to where I can make the little drink cups, put logos and stuff on that. I'm just trying to, yeah, H2D. I was close. But I'm trying to look at flow coach. I'm trying to see where I can make it benefit me because you're talking about $4,000 for this setup. So, and if I'm going to get the laser Joe codes, I like that. If I'm going to get this, I've got to justify what I can make it work for me. I mean, I've got the printers. I'm good to go there. But this adds another level, and it's like, do I take these and laser engrave my logo onto them, laser engrave your logo or whatever? Would that be a benefit? Something that would actually work, to make that extra service be worth it, I mean, it's not like you can charge a bunch of money for a little laser engraving, Okay, we will keep it RC, but when I come next week, we'll talk supernatural. Lone Wolf, buddy, let's do it. Because I'm going to tell you, man, they're both in heaven. They're all there. I mean, and when Jack and Castiel opened it up, if you never watched Supernatural, you don't understand this. When he opened it up, he basically created free will again there. Boom. Anyway, I could totally write a script for this. Marcus, you hold like you feel you're entertained enough. Like, hold your like until you feel you're entertained enough. I don't even see all the likes. I can't even see them. So weird. I cannot see the number of likes. 2 days later, you bought it. I can see it later. Marcus, what YouTube guys do? Let's see what sponsor some videos. Let's see what they will give you on. Do what so many YouTube guys do. Let's see what sponsor some videos. Give you one. Give me one what? New codes. Trouble codes. Oh yeah, that's it. And misspelled trouble. TRUOBLE. Yeah, that would get a lot of comments right there. Residential customers. I've already got cheat codes. I'm good to go there. Urban RC, thank you, buddy. Woo, Nate's RC is now gold member. Heck yeah, buddy, thank you. Final Fusion 8, the 12x12 is itching. A 12x12. Man. Traction Cup T code. Labs, they sponsored some videos. Oh, Bamboo Labs. I'm not big enough or good enough for them to ask me or come to me for help. And besides, I've got a couple printers that way. The Neptune 4, which oddly enough is how I was able to start printing big enough to start working on chassis design, believe it or not. That was sent to me, and video kind of didn't do very well for them at all. So my print videos, they're not very good. Most of my videos aren't very good, but here I am. Good Nitro Pimp. Yeah, 12x12x12. Yeah, I saw some of the 12x12. Yeah, the vehicles he built off of, well, let's just say they were very base model. Another square body in a couple of weeks. Too bad RC forums don't work. Man, RC forums, you guys remember that? That was a long time ago. RC crawler and all that. See, X codes, wits, I like that. I actually came up with that one, talking about that this past weekend. X codes, that's pretty good. What I'm happy though, in that these right here, there's no stress cracks, there's no fatigue, there's no separation anywhere on these. And man, when you guys see this video, guys, we drove the heck out of these things. I mean, it was everything from climbs to drops to corners. Enlighten can probably tell you if he's still on. Man, we drove the snot out of these things, man. The only consistent issue we had was with Keone, and he was busting these rod ends out. Luckily, I packed some. Luckily, I packed extra rod ends because he was digging into that bag. I got one left. But yeah, he was busting his rod ends like crazy. Didn't break any links, which was awesome. But yeah, he was busting them rod ends bad. Really bad. Cage Cove. Oh, like Cade's Cove? Oh, the Arachna chassis. You know anything about it? They got my name on it. They got my name on it. Arachna chassis. I've never had one of those. Codex, not too bad. I'm going to start spamming comments to get Joe to bash some rigs at the skate park. I don't have anything that's skate park friendly. Well, maybe the Granite. Possibly take that one. But the little skate park that we have isn't really... It doesn't have any bowls or anything like what Kamikaze does. Kamikaze's got absolutely incredible videos, man. Oh, incredible. Just phenomenal. I would think so too. Thousands of scale miles. Yes. Skate Park Bash the Race Camp. I haven't even driven that truck in a couple months. I need to take those tires. I've got the pin tires on there. I think the Power Hobby pin tires. I got to take those off. I got some other 2.2s I need to put on there. Now that you bring that up, and I'm looking at the thing, I would actually be a good. No, it's a heavy crawler tire. Can't tell you what, but it's a real serious crawler tire. I need some 2.2s. Maybe I'll take them off of the H10 cushioner. I got some 2.2s on that I can use. Get the fun code. Don't wait for Sean. Trust me. I mean, I want it, but taco codes. I like that. It's just everything's already been done on it. But when Sean gets it in, I'll do my stuff to it because I'll probably buy it from Sean and then I'll put some power into it or mess around with it or whatever. I'll do my thing with it. I like those low profile sand paddles though. I really do. I've seen Kamikaze go up the trees. Man, just that dude is talented. He really is. Grass and concrete, asphalt. I don't care. Those pin tires on race camp. Been on those since Badlands. Clayton, you are correct. Those are the exact same pin tires. They are. Minnesota, looks like you had some fun on your trip. Hound stuff, buddy. Dude, it was epic. It was epic to be on that much natural rock. I mean, it was just awesome. I mean, over here on the East Coast, the best crawling, the best raw crawling that we have, in my opinion, is at Cherokee Rock Village, which is about 6.5 to 7 hours, depending on how you're driving, to get to there from where I'm at. So that is a phenomenal win. Clayton comes down in June because Clayton's planning to come all the way to here to run the Exoplex. We're going to go up and hit Cherokee Rock Village, possibly during the week. And when we get that done, then he's off to Badlands for Axial Fest. And when he gets that, then I'll visit some family and then I'll meet him up there. So that's kind of how we're going to work that as best I can here. Bashing, you ready to see what breaks when I'm bored? See, I generally don't go out to break stuff on purpose, but sometimes it happens. Thank you, Urban Legend. I appreciate that. Falling off the mountain in Minnesota. Nitro, I can tell you this much. The whole time I was out there, I was very cautious about where I stepped and all that. Some of the areas out there, because of tourists and butt slides, was very polished. Very polished. As in, like, you get it, it's like a polished piece of china or something, you know, you just super polished from all the butt slides and people sitting on it and all that. So you got to watch that. The areas that we were going to, as far as like for our general crawling, for the most part was actually grippy. I do feel there's more grip in the terrain at Cherokee Rock Village though. Gecko codes. Flat ground. Nitro, yeah. What do you think of Joe not recognizing that rock climber on dude? I thought it was some kind of a big old bird or a banner or something over there. And I zoomed in. I'm like, oh, it's a dude and climbing that thing. I did not realize that was a human over there. Did not. Oh. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it, buddy. Experience some great rock crawling. Now, we weren't too far from one of the Great Lakes up there, which I thought was phenomenal, but it was still a couple hours. We didn't have time to take any scenic tours of that, but it was actually really awesome to be up there. I don't know about a toilet bowl obstacle, but I do know what I want to do. And I've done it before with some pipe, but it wasn't quite the same. What I want is a concrete round piece about maybe, well, if I make it too large, it'll get dangerous. But like, you know how like you see the in like the circus shows and all that, the guys are on the bikes and they're riding the walls. Basically build that, which I think will be phenomenal. Basically build a bowl. Maybe I could do it about this big right here so you can run your crawler zing, 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 zing around it. Something like that. I just got to get out there. I got to get caught up and get some spare time. Right now, this time of the year is crazy busy with the events and all that stuff. But I really want to try to get there. Oh, you're gonna make a ton. Your crawler tracks the best. You stand on a flat ground. The best. Okay. I'm not sure I'm following you there, buddy. I think Kamikaze has a motocross background. RC doesn't hurt. Only the one. Buddy, that's one of the beautiful things about these. You generally don't get hurt unless you smack yourself in the head. That's been done quite a bit. You smack yourself in an ankle, break a toe, break an ankle. That all happens, but overall, yeah, it's generally a lot safer. Generally a lot safer. A bounty pit. See, I've got some bricks, and I want to do a brick climb behind the ramp, behind the little ramp thing. And I don't rely on the ramp for tire tests because it's so erratic. It's like I can take, say, these right here, take these out there, and it just completely fails on the ramp, but aces everything. I've had tires that did well on the ramp and then was failing with everything out there. So the ramp really isn't, it's neat to play on. It's neat to see that, hey, today everybody's going to the top. Tomorrow nobody does. It's kind of one of them things. That's kind of why I sometimes will show it. Sometimes I won't. Which crawler tires are you talking about? Talking about these right here. These are a really good tire. The Razor wires, really good tire. Walked up Crowley like it was nothing. So I think I saw it wasn't Flub RC. There's already a specific set of inserts for these already out there. I saw it on Instagram as I was scrolling through. Can't think of the name of them, but there's already some inserts out here for these things. For me, I would just simply put a set of pro codes in these and call it a day. What I would do. Hey, Viking, what's up, buddy? Hyperflow, what's up, man? Viking lives. I know, Clayton. I don't ever get to see the guy but once every 6 months. Of course. Picked up the new Capra, looking at extending rear links on. Is there a sweet spot for wheelbase? One of the easiest ways to extend the wheelbase is to get the long Traxxas. I believe it's the Revo ends. They can add about 13 millimeters or so to the wheelbase, and you just need 4 of them. Just put 4 of them on one end of one of your sets of links. Typically the rear is where everybody does it, but yeah, it's a real easy way and very cheap way to extend the wheelbase. Drive shaft usually is okay though. Believe it or not, it might be stretched a little bit, but it usually is okay. What's up, Max Ball? Yeah, those ones. Yeah, Lone. For these right here, man, just the normal pro codes, I think it'll be perfectly fine. I kind of want to make a set for them specifically, but I don't see an issue with them at all. Here, I changed out my pro codes. Let's see, actually, yeah, the normal pro codes are going to be perfectly fine. It comes right just past the little chain link, the barbed wire type deal on the ridge. So that would actually work perfectly fine right there. Really good, actually. Maybe I need to hang on to those. 14-inch wheelbase. My next execution is going to be a 12.5. It's specific for a class that I want to try to get into, and I might even change a few things. Different lower links to really move the skid forward. Different links in the back. Kind of a few things I'm working on. When I'm at the Exoplex, we should spend a day and buy some wood, and I'll help you rebuild that big ramp. I'll probably have the big ramp fixed probably next week. Right now, these are just 1.9s. So just a 1.9 tire is what they are. 5 inches though. I wish they were a little bit skinnier. I'd rather have them skinnier, but actually really good tire. They do not have them in 2.2s that I know of yet. Max Paul, yes sir. I got old original Executioner 1, which has been beat to snot. Still working, still holding up pretty good. And then a couple turnkeys right here. Traxxas 5525 rod ends on the rear of my comp trail truck. There you go, Justin Noble. There's your part number 2, buddy. I go 704 High Trail. J Concepts Exopens. I haven't seen any of those. Is that a thing? That would be phenomenal if it was. 1.9. Nice how they make some 18th scale too. 18th scale? Would that be a 1.3 wheel? Because if that's a 1.3 wheel, I probably shouldn't be showing these, but they don't have a name on them. They don't have anything on them, but I've got prototype tires here. 1 inch right here, which is a different tread design, still very aggressive. The compound of these are really, really good. They feel excellent. But that's like for 124 right there. Now these are obviously a little bit larger. I believe these are the 1.3s. So they are really nice. I need to find something to put these on. Maybe I can put them on a TRX 4M. That would probably work. So I've got that. And then these are some little comp pins right here. These are the 1 inch ones. Really tiny stuff, man. And then these are a 1.3, I believe. Another comp pin style tire. Like I said, I can't really give you guys a name on these yet. They are kind of in testing, but it looks like they've got the compound right. So that's pretty awesome to see right there. Let me see here. Brad and me know what day y'all are gonna be at Cherokee. Okay, David, I'll let you know. G Constant make a tire for him. It means, man, I've been trying to get my own tires made. The tire mold is such an issue, and then when you get a tire made, I don't know the proper contacts to get that done to where it would be my tire. We all know how fake tires get to pop around out there, you know? Now, those are by one of the manufacturers that may, in fact, do that. However, those are an original tread pattern. Nobody else has that tread pattern that I have seen. And we're talking like Proline, J Concepts, which are like the only two that I deal with. So the tread pattern on those are not the same. Just so you know, it's not a, those are not knockoffs. We'll wear clout gogglers and a Shaw first person. Pad 1.7. There's very few 1.7s out there. Very few. They will swipe your mold. And see, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to watch out for companies like that. I can tell you this: the Enjoy S5 compound is really good. That's a really good compound. I actually contacted Enjoy to see if they could make me a tire. They had no interest in it. I'm like, all right, have a good day. Let's see, gloss over that. Forget about us, little part. Forget about us, little part. What us, little part did I skim over? Did I miss something cool? I must have missed something. If you can get your own tires made, you can call them scapegoats. He'll have some kind of X in there. He knows he needs better followers. I understand. What did I miss? I missed something here somewhere. He will wear clout goggles and a shawl and forget us peons. Who? I am completely confused. I've slipped your question. All right, Paul, what's your question? Man, when you guys get me talking and I'm just constantly, doing whatever, I absolutely will miss comments. Absolutely. Because I'll be talking about, these tires with this really, really soft insert that I don't think is going to work. But anyway. All right, just to know, if you get your own tires, that'll mean you got so big in the industry that you'll forget about us little guys and not need. Oh, heck no, man. I'm not that way, Justin. Reading, that's for nerds. I like pictures mostly. Yeah. Always been a picture guy, But I would like to get my own tires. The problem with your own tires, the tread pattern is one thing. Just like those over there. Those are a unique tread pattern. I can tell you that. Crayons. I've done crayons before. The compound is everything. And I found out a little bit of something about why these upgrade RC tires have such a good compound. The guy knows what he's talking about. He's been there, done that. He knows the formula. He knows all of that. That's why they got the compound right on the upgrade RC stuff. Yeah, I'm telling you, really good tires. These right here, I don't think these are going to be legal for anything. For us, they will be in our class 3 because we allow ruptures in class 3 as well. But the other ones, they hopefully will be legal in all your normal crawlers and stuff. Baja Pro 2.2 insert going to be done before the creek. Oh, I'm glad you reminded me, but yeah. Okay. I'm glad you reminded me. Because I forgot all about having to print them things. 1.9 tires, a lot of SUV tires. Doesn't RC 4-wheel drive have a bunch of those available? I think that's the RC 4-wheel drive thing there to get the scale stuff like that. Information on the steering servo upgrade for SCX6. Yeah, RC Mike. Anything for when it comes to SCX6 direct power, I've yet to see a ESC or a BEC that actually really had enough of what it took to really power any normal plug and play servo. You put something in there strong, I don't care what brand it is, go direct power. That is the way. Fine, love the course. Was there awesome Jeep guy? Yeah, I was gone last weekend. I'll be gone this weekend. He does, Clayton, doesn't he? Andrew, yeah, buddy. You said it, buddy. It's all about the molds, And like there's a wheel coming out that I tried to get Arthur to make by Vidavon about a year and a half ago. It's a very particular size of wheel. That's all I'm going to tell you. And so I was talking to Arthur about it, and I said, well, we didn't get this particular wheel on the market. However, this other guy is going to put it on the market. So we get to sit back and see if it's actually going to stick, win, or fail. So I'm just kind of waiting for them to release it. I will have a set of these wheels too. What's neat about them is clearances. That's a big deal. I come over, but you're never home. Man, in the springtime, I'm busy going. I mean, after the art park this weekend, I'm home next weekend. And then the weekend after that, Beat the Creek. Then I come home the very next weekend after I get home, because I've got to come home after these events, because orders. The website, the orders, it really ties me, you know, it kind of makes things a little bit of a challenge to get out and go sometimes. But I get back, I'm backed up pretty well. Not that I'm complaining. I mean, that's a good problem, but it really gets backed up. But when I get back from Beat the Creek, I believe the very next weekend we got ECC, and that's going to be at Cherokee Rock Village. And I'm hoping that I can see at least one or two guys with executioners running there. Man, that would be so cool to see something like this running at the ECC. And I don't care whether class 2, class 3, I don't care. Just to see somebody running one would be amazing. It would just be awesome. Put it that way. Just be awesome. I'll do a race on the dirt track. If the weather's good, Viking, I would love to do some dirt racing. I really would. The last race we had was on road, and man, I hope you guys watched that video where we were racing crawlers. We had water bottles out there, and you hit the water shot up like a geyser. Man, that was so much fun. Man, that was a lot of fun. Just go over and wait for him. He likes that. Exocaged, greeting from St. Lucia. What's up, Silas? Silas. Yes, sir, buddy. So apparently to two-wheel the low C, you have to go slow, really slow. Yeah, but you got to get it up on two wheels. And I did that caster block, and I really don't know that that helped. That really seemed to kind of mess it up a little bit. Marcus Landry, speak it, dude. Let us know all about it. It cost too much. Too little. I like the Reefs, man. That's been pretty good. The company that makes NSD, King Max, actually contacted me several times. Let us make a servo for you. Let us make a servo for you. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I don't have the capital to put down to get a servo, because you got to have like a minimum order quantity, like 200-300 of these things. I don't have the capital to put down for that. And it's like Lipo batteries. Been offered CNHL, been offered Ovonic, been offered all kinds of brands to put a Lipo in my name. I'm like, what if this Lipo has my name on it and it burns somebody's house down? I don't want to have that. So I turned all those down as well. Awesome. Talked about the new Boom Racing truck already. I don't have anything new from Boom Racing. Silas, I'm doing pretty good, buddy. And Pat House, dude, Ovonic makes some of the best batteries out there. The CNHLs I've had, they start off strong, but they just kind of have this degradation to them. And I couldn't really figure it out. I don't think, and I've had a bunch of CNHL batteries, I don't think I have any more CNHL in my battery stash. I don't think. Yep, Justin Reese is made by AGF RC. It sure is. Which also makes quite a few other brands out there. Good evening, Joe. Bill, everything you're doing, man. It's so incredible. Head out. All right, Andrew. Head out. Got a Minnesota Wild. Man, when we went back to the Airbnb, there was like 3 big old deer right out in the front yard. I wanted to go up and pet them, but I was afraid I might get hoofed in the head. You know, I've seen videos on the internet, so I passed on that. I did get a video. You'll see. I think it's the Thursday video when I got there. We're driving through town, and there's like this big old wiener on top of a building. I got video of that. Yeah, I haven't paid attention to anything from Boom or Cross in quite a while. Oh, I gotta put you on the big screen. Oh boy. Release mean Boom Racing, new farm truck looking one. Seen or gave your opinion? I haven't seen them yet, buddy, so I don't know, Brian. Correct, Justin. This includes the RTR servos and the Moss and all that servo like you see on Amazon all the time. Same with Lipo batteries. There's only a handful of Lipo manufacturers out there that make batteries. So like if you get batteries made, you really got to be hands-on and make sure that you're getting the proper cells, the better cells and all that. And see, I just didn't want to deal with that. I saw one guy, he had his sticker put on a bunch of them, and they were B grade cells. And as soon as they got out, people started checking them with ESRs, and the internal resistance was just incredibly high. Yeah, he got his butt reamed on that one, man. I'm like, ooh, last thing I want is some battery that I think is decent turns out to be junk and ends up burning something down. I don't want that. Justin, you're right. These were much larger than the deer I see out here. They really were. They were brawnier too, beefier. Exactly, Pat. Exactly. Well, hopefully, Pat. I'd like to find out who. Whitetail deer. Yeah, we got whitetail, but I don't think it's the same breed as what you guys have. Fine. I got the like. Sweet, Nitro. With lipos, the quality is just measurement based. Process is the same. Yeah, but you want to make sure you get the good cells put in there. Because if not, man, they'll put you some bad cells, and you end up with a cell that, gently speaking, it underperforms. Gently speaking. Worse is junk. So I'll pass on that. Our deer are not very large. No, they're not. But they don't really have to be. I mean, we get 1 or 2 freezes a year. So they don't need the big brawn and the big heavy coats to stay warm in, 10 degrees or colder, 0, 20 years for a moose tag? Did not see any mooses out there. The crowded K1C print thing is awesome. No more bed slingers for me. Marcus, dude, I'm really liking the P1Ss. Now, I did an insert, not one of these, more like a normal style insert. I tested it on the P1S, and because of the way the TPU filament and all is, honestly, it wasn't any better than the Ender 3 SEs that I use. And the P1S is like, by the time it's all said and done, like $700. As where the Ender 3s, $150. So I'm just running the Ender 3s. I tried it. I really wanted to get the A1 minis, I was all set to pick up 4 of those and start converting all my inserts over to the A1 minis. But once I did the test, it was like not worth the time to go through and do that, because it just, I mean, I probably could take some time and modify the files and make them better maybe. But with a TPU, you still can't go very fast with it because of the way the material is. So I'm just sticking with the old Creality Ender 3 V3 SEs. We did not see any elk. Pretty sure Joe spotted a moose. He would have thought it was a giant bird. Just like that. Dude, I thought that was some big old blue jay or something, big old bluebird, or like a banner or something flapping from a rope or something. I did not realize that was a human until I zoomed in on it. Taft, is the C rating on batteries junk? Yes, very much. Very much. There is absolutely nothing over a legit 30C. And 30C is with temperature up, all that stuff. So that 75C, you might get 75C on a split second dead short. And that's if you're lucky. I mean, you have to look at the 75C. Do the calculations. 75C 1000 milliamp battery is what? I'm not sure of the calculations. But what is it, like 75 amps or something like that? And when you know amps, you look at that little bitty wire and you're like, okay, it's not going to take that. That wire is not going to handle 75 amps. It's just not. And you get some of these batteries that have this 150C rating and all that on like a 10,000 milliamp battery. Okay, so this is 1500 amps on a wire that's barely as big as, I don't know, an 1/8 inch. No, you're not getting it. You're just not getting it. It's all a sales thing. If you look way back on the channel, I've got ESR meter channels. Now the ESR measures the maximum safe discharge, not like the maximum peak or any of that, you know. And the peaks are a blink of an eye. It's like racers. Back when we were running the Savic servos, you get into like a pinch or something, we had these things called glitch busters. What it was just a simple capacitor you put on the positive and negative in the receiver. And when that servo gets that blink of an eye that it needs a little more BEC power, a little more amps than what the ESC's got, which at that time we were running the Casamama Max Pros, which weren't known for having a very good BEC. It would give you just that blink of an eye of power to sustain everything and keep you from having brownouts. In the crawler world, some of the guys were trying to push that was the same as a BEC, and I'm like, no, you dummy. It's not even close to the same. It's a stored discharge, a stored capacitor, a battery with a very high discharge rate. And we are crawling, we are sustained loads, okay? Sustained loads. You're hanging on this tire. You know, that's a sustained load. That's not doing crap for you at all. All right, let me see here. You guys got me talking. These are huge. 2 redwoods. I haven't seen any of those. The total red TPU is the best done on a slow printer like the Ender 3. Yeah, you can't run the TPU very fast, Marcus. It's massive. One day I do want to see some redwoods. Never seen one. I could live and grow up around them. You can sell a nice tumbler off your property. Nice timber. I had a neighbor over there, and they did that. They sold off all their timber. This was a long time ago. Long time ago in a galaxy far away. Naboo was under an attack. So nice timber. What do you think will happen if I put a max 10 80 amp combo, 3300 kV, and a stock TRX 421 Bronco? Ronald, I think you're going to have a lot of fun. I think you're going to have a lot of fun with that. It's going to bash around. It's going to jump, pop some wheelies, and I think you're going to have a lot of fun. The truck is tough. The truck can probably take it, to be honest with you. Yep, Pat House, you're right. I think the truck would take it. about 2 years ago. He's the old gross that are the most valuable, bro. Thanks, man. I only sell tires that had to go. I'd only sell trees that had to go. When I take down a tree out here, it's because it's got an issue. It's about to fall or something like that. That's it. You're so big. Man, I can't. One day, Brian, I do. Oh, where are we at? 809. Okay. Since we did the Minnesota trip, me, Keone, and Larry, we are looking at the logistics of getting out to Proline by the Fire. So we're looking at the flight, we're looking at the car rentals, Airbnb, or something along those lines. So we're definitely wanting to get out to Proline this year. And since we now know how to fly with our crawlers, I'll be bringing an Executioner. Sweet. I'll have to change tires. I have to put some Pro lines on here. I'm not sure if they're like that. I've never been there, but yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I'd love to get out the Pro line. Broncos, a beast. Do you have any tips on how to make it TRX4 more stable during turning? I sure do, Ronald. It's very simple. Slow down. All there is to it. I did a video. You can look at it called Got Driver Mod. This is an older video with the TRX4. All I did was slow down. I mean, that's all there is to it. You can add weight to it. You can spend all this money or just slow down. If you really want to go fast and turn, take weight off the top. That's the best thing I can tell you. You can spend a bunch of money and just end up where you're at, or take some stuff off. Sweet. So in the drive, now living in Cali too. What's up with your new tire inserts you're working on? Any updates? So maybe for 2.2s. I haven't got past the 1.9s yet. It takes a while before you can just release something. These right here were ran for a lot of distance, and they turned out really, really good. So when you see the Minnesota videos, which you're going to start releasing tomorrow, these are what's in my crawler, which has a brand new body that was printed by Enlighten RC. So yeah, this body had no scratches when I put it on there. None. Well, now it's got scratches. But yeah, they were run pretty darn good this past weekend. Really happy with them. I just got a little bit more I need to do to them. But I think I pretty much got this one set up. I just got to get, I want to do a softer version, but it's just one of those things that has to be done and tested, thoroughly tested, if that makes any sense. 1100. Should I run a BEC or a BC? Overall, Brian, the internal BEC should be enough. However, with that 1100, you'd see a pretty big difference going from 7.4 to 8.4 volts with the external BEC. Big difference in power, like a whole new servo. Being honest with you here, buddy. Your driver mine's a major glitch. God, don't do wheel wideners. Don't do wideners. I can't stand them things. Use my driver mod. Nate, you'll figure it out, buddy. Yes, Brian. Widener makes a bigger scrub. Not a fan of wideners. If I have a widener on, it's because the wheel is an offset. Like, say, an X-Max wheel or something along that, where you got to put a widener on there to get it out to where the wheel is in the proper position. I've had to do that with a DBXL a few times, but it was there to keep the wheel in position, not just to make the thing stupid wide. Let me see. Did you grab a Funko? I do not have a Funko yet. Eventually I will. I'm not in a major rush though. Weight down low. Now, adding the weight down low, if you're running at any kind of speed, the more weight you have is the more mass that's going to be raising the truck up. So you got a heavy wheel and tire, kind of like what I run here. If I try to run this thing fast, this is not going to work very well because this is going to have a lot of mass. When you hit that bump, it's going to come up and then throw the whole chassis over. Kind of like, think of it like a monster truck. You take a LMT, you take a bump like this, boom, that LMT is just going to launch, right? Because you're sending the axles, the tires, and all that weight up into the chassis, launching the thing. You take something like a Creighton or an Outcast or something like that with the independent suspension, it's going to bump, but it's not going to hop or lift anywhere near as bad. It's all in the suspension of that, which is why most of your races are independent suspension. You got some really nice solid axle trucks that like King of Hammers and stuff. They got some really nice U4s out there, but the vast majority are actually independent. Go. It's a good time for sure. There's a place you can rent motorhome. They drop it off for you and pick it up when you see. That's interesting, Toby. Thank you for that information. Same as the trucker's secret helper. I'm going to get a Funko. I just got to. I'm just not in a rush. I'll get one. More power is good for steering on Exo, right? Oh yeah, more power always better. Guillemon Alesgor. Joe have Guillemon Alesgor you. What? See guys, I can rep my area. HPI 8 skill brushless Repsol rally car. I have no idea about that one. It's your end goal for the truck, bro. Kurt's RC, what's up? What's a Funko? Clayton, you've been living under a rock. Guillemon axles for me. The Guillemon axles, good axles, but right now in factory form, there's a neck down area where an E-clip goes. I'm trying to get that removed. And I get that removed, it'll come from Vitavon. So if that gets removed and a little bit of a flange gets added there, because you need the E-clip to help hold everything together in the axle. That's kind of why it's there. But you put a little bit of a flange in there, just a little bit. You now remove the whole recess for the E-clip, and thus your axle is ungodly stronger. Because the outside diameter of an axle shaft is like the most important part as far as torsional strength of a shaft. So it's just kind of a big deal. Muse axles back in stock, ship 4.8. Oh, Taft Davis, heck yeah, buddy. Yeah, Sean has one coming. I just haven't. Eventually, it'll get here. Eventually. Broke 3 windshield. Took your Funko out Sunday. Broke 3 windshield. Broke 4 teeth. Unalived 2 in 3 sets of packs. What are you breaking? Where did you ask right and finally they'll be at your place tomorrow, Travis. To fix your break-in, only sent them. Okay. Saw that real car, was like, nah, totally forgot. Man, no, Clayton, they're actually pretty darn nice. Really nice vehicles. Traxxas has really done a good job. You want HPI to be great again? Man, HPI, come out with something, try to get back in, and it's like, it's really hard to get into the manufacturing and actually make decent money with RCs. It's a real pain to get in. You can have your little niche groups and all that. I mean, heck, Primal is kind of a niche. They've kind of created their own segment of the RC world, you know? But it's, I don't know, it's just one of those things that I don't think anybody takes HPI seriously anymore because they've been bought, sold, revamped, sold, bought, revamped, sold. How many times now? Quite a few. Throws rocks like missiles. Wreck-It Fest. No, I haven't been able to pack anything. I'm going to end up packing Thursday. No kidding. I am behind on everything. But I was going to come up Thursday evening, but I'm going to be uploading videos and setting things up for the weekend so I can schedule my videos and all that stuff. And I'm going to need Thursday to get these videos. So I got tire videos, tires, more tires, and more tires to get done. So, should I just release a mini crawler? Yes, they did, Brian. I've got 2 of them, and they are really nice little crawlers. They really are. I just don't think it got the job done for them, though. I went from top of the game to basically still just. Yeah, I remember back in the day, the best truck to get was a Savage. I mean, the Savage was just it. Everything else pales in comparison. And then they didn't innovate. They didn't move forward. They just sat back and, I don't want to say obsolete, but they're way behind the times. Way behind the times. RC Kings, what's up, buddy? We're talking about maybe next weekend racing some dirt. You up for that, RC King? The Maverick Quantums on 3S are great beginners. See, I haven't had that one. What did HPI get sued by Traxxas for? Yeah, I had the E-Savage. I did the XL chassis on it. I had the LEM diff cases, bulkheads for it. Had to replace pinion bearings like every 3 runs on the darn thing. It would just kill them. So I'm not sure what was up there. But I had the Alza center diff in it. I ran the 1521 Poseidon motor, which is a 1500 kV motor, which is a monster of a powerhouse. It's almost like a TP, 4.2 inches long, 1500 kV, phenomenal. I had the old Castle 800 kV in that thing. I had all kinds of motors in it, went through different servos, all this, all that. But man, changing the pinion bearings out like every 3 runs, it wasn't something you could just pop a bulkhead out, change a bearing and go with it. No, you had them twin vertical plates, man. That was a heck of a job. I'm talking almost like a full teardown to get to these things, and the bearings would blow up bad. I'm not sure if there was something misaligned on the LEM bulkheads or not, but I was killing bearings bad with that thing. I was happy to get rid of it. Happy. Redcat passes you by. Pat, yeah. Redcat's on it, though. RC King, all right, so you're in. Man, Pat, yeah. Do you imagine them go into like Nitro's place and just see all this stuff? They'd be looking at it, not have a clue what the value is on this stuff, and just put it all in a dumpster. Pepperidge Farms. You shut down a cross on the Max name. Really? They are very, very particular on wording. This is why when you make parts for the Max or the X Max or anything that they make, you have to say parts for that vehicle. You can't say X Max bell crank. You can't say X Max differential or any of that. You say bell crank for the X Max. Bell crank fits the X Max. It's very much a wording. You guys remember a few years ago when local websites, like, they didn't get me, luckily. I had dealt with Arthur, who had already went through this crap with Traxxas on his eBay page, and the wording. I didn't get hit by it, but I know CCXRC got hit by it, DSM Off-Road got hit by it, and numerous others because of the wording of the part. And from what what I got back on that, it was more than just. Let me see how I put this. Traxxas put a notice to the web host providers, the website providers, in my case, Shopify. Shopify did not notify the web owners. It would be like me, right? Did not notify me for like 2 weeks. And all of a sudden, boom, they shut it down. So, to my understanding, Traxxas put this out to the web hosts and give us a couple weeks to correct our wording. Web hosts did not pass on that information to the website, to the guys that own the websites. And so I don't really blame Traxxas for that one. I kind of blame the web hosts for not relaying the information like they should have and causing problems, which made everybody look bad. But Traxxas is very particular on protecting their copyrights and stuff. They really are. They really are. Go to Rhino W1. What is my favorite RC brand? Can I say, well, is Exocaged RC a brand yet? Or is it just some parts that are out there? I think Exocaged RC will be a brand if I can ever get these mass produced as a RTR or as a kit. I think at that point you can say it's a brand. I mean, I might be a little biased here, but as far as like other brands, honestly, I really like what I'm seeing out of Arma. Really like what I'm seeing. They've got all kinds of entry-level vehicles that are just tough as nails. They got high-end vehicles, and I know they're under the Horizon umbrella per se, but I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of Arma. I mean, for real. What Sinister Diesel did long ago. I must not be a real one. I'm not sure what Sinister Diesel did. Pat House Hobbywing is, I think Hobbywing's got to be the number one. I mean, for a while there, it was all about Castle. Castle still has the drag racers and I guess probably the boaters. They've got a lot of punch, but I think that's going to be eclipsed soon. Can't say much more, but I think that's going to be eclipsed by Hobbywing. So they'll probably just run everything. Yeah. It's a brand. It's all over the world. I do have quite a few of these all out different countries and stuff. Exocaged is a brand name like Coke or Pepsi. Buddy, I'm honored that you think of the Exocaged brand being that high. I really do. That is awesome. I kind of think Exocaged is a brand like a mom and pop store kind of a thing, you know? And the Wizard and stuff. And is a brand. The Exocaged is a brand too. Justin, good point. Good point. Now the FMS, I kind of want to get that Desert Runner or whatever it is. I kind of want to get that. RC Cole. Hey, I remember Royal Crown, and it's still around as I understand it. That is pretty cool, Nitro Pimp. I appreciate that, man. I really do. They color blue because they power coat their parts blue and suit a bunch of small manufacturers painted their blue as well. Man, I could not imagine trying to copyright a color like that. Now there are some colors out there that are copyrighted, but you're talking like Corvette yellow and stuff by those kind of brands that have a very, very specific mix. 1/8 Ridge Runner. That's it, LC. I haven't had an RC Cola in a long time. I guess if I see, you don't really see them in stores. If I see them in a store, I guess I'm going to get one. RC and a moon pop, man. Moon pies? That's what started me getting fat moon pies. The banana ones. I have not tried the Secure ESCM motor. I did see them on eBay the other day though, so I see where they're coming out. I haven't checked on Amazon yet. Pretty Blue, Petty Blue is copyrighted. I can see that. It's like out there, my banner that I've got Exoplex, when I've got it set up kind of like a racing organization, like NASCAR. The yellow is a little bit different shade because I'm pretty sure they got that yellow copyrighted. A little bit different shade. I didn't do the 3 bars. It's all in the letters and stuff like that. So I changed quite a bit on that. But it was one of those things I was a little bit worried about because it does kind of resemble NASCAR, but it is way off of it. Man, I'm sitting here messing with tires thinking I was hidden behind the camera, behind the computer screen. It's a good thing it wasn't doing anything bad. RC Color, Breakfast of Champions, glazed donut. Dude, glazed donuts. The hot now from Krispy Kreme. Ooh, them things are good. Rural King of Moon Pies and RC Cola is seasonal. RC Review, I did a review on the Sequire, whatever, they seem legit. I'm sure they are. I think they're 14 pole, what I looked at. I haven't messed with the ESC, though, or the motor. Banana Moon Pie. I'm telling you, Brian. Absolutely. Major billions of dollars on player with one vehicle. And guarantee PPG still owns a big part of a lot. Yeah, for sure. I want everything empty running. Man, see, when I do the sporty out of an Executioner, like I said, I'm gonna do some things a little bit different on this. I'm gonna change the position of the skid. I'll get a little bit shorter lower link on this thing. Change the position of that. And if I move the skid forward, it's hard to see, but there's very little room here. There's like less than a millimeter of clearance here. These trucks right here, man, that I built for these guys, man, these are spectacular. I mean, everything is like butter on these things, man. They are super smooth. Really nice trucks. But if I move that skid forward, then that will take motor place of where my motor is. So at that point, I will need an Outrunner style motor. Making a burger out of a Krispy Kreme donut. That is true. Doesn't know what to do with his hand. I know. I'm so used to doing things. Double A Day, what's up, buddy? I worked at Po Folks. Dude, I helped open a Po Folks here in Orange Park many years ago, buddy. Many years ago. How do you fly with RC cars? Okay, great question. Let me show you. Great question. All right, the RC car wasn't the issue. However, what we were told to do, obviously you got to have it contained and take the wheels and tires off of it. All right. Take the batteries out of everything, the transmitter and all that. And this is the way we did it. So each battery is in a Ziploc bag. I took 10 of these batteries with me in a Ziploc bag. Now this right here doesn't have, but this one right here does. I went on Thingiverse and they got these files. You can print these yourself. It's going to be hard to show you, but there is, I'll try to get this up here, a printed cap over the XT30 and a printed cap over the balance lead. I guess you can see that a little bit. But, and that right there, and then if you want to be extra secure, add a little bit of electrical tape on there. This right here is obviously a big deal. They must go on your carry-on. They cannot go in normal checked luggage because atmospheric pressure, all that stuff like that. So, yeah, that was the biggest deal. The biggest worry was this right here. Other than that, we didn't have any issues at all. And it was funny. Keone was the first one through, okay? Oh, man. I got to add this into one of them videos before I upload it to everybody. But Keone was was the first one through. They literally opened his stuff up, dug into his bag. You got to have them. You got to protect these things, right? You really don't want to light a fire on a plane, not in any case. But they literally swabbed all of his little baggies for like drugs and stuff. I mean, we sat there, we watched that. We watched it. My case came through and they said, we couldn't get an image on your case. I'm like, oh crap. Then they put it back through, came through again, but this is after Keone. They swapped, they really put him to the ringer. Larry was next up and they checked his out, went through some things. They didn't swab his because they didn't think it was druggy, but mine came back through again. And I told the guy, I'll open it for you. Oh, no, you can't open it. Okay. They said, here, you're good to go. Never even opened it. 10 batteries, everything. I mean, granted, they're all taken care of. In fact, I bought 6 brand new batteries just for this trip. This is one of them right here. But yeah, just your batteries are the biggest hazard. Make sure you wrap them, take care of them, and all that stuff like that. You got to put them in this. This is actually a Lipo bag from CL Designs, by the way. It was perfect. All right, let me get back to you guys. I got off on a tangent here. Let me see. You're going to try one. Everything you can. Nothing stops you making a huge burger up. I got that one. Ricky Bobby. Double A Day. Deluxe shocks and build yourself or pre-assembled. Dude, I ordered mine pre-assembled. It's like an extra $10. That way, all I've got to do is put oil in them. Simple as that. Now, these trucks right here are set with 40 weight oil, and they actuate very nice. Now, the front's heavy, so in the back, you can see the action right here. So 40 weight oil is all I use in those. I have no idea what's in these shocks. I took these off of another truck and just put them in here. I should probably go through these shocks and put some oil in them. That looked horrible. That's not too bad. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to open up those shocks. They're in bad shape. This one right here is going to be beautiful, brand new. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. These are nice trucks, man. Very nice trucks. Would rubber bands work versus tape? It's possible, but from what I saw, they said tape them. So just take a few minutes and tape them up. I printed off the caps. The caps didn't fit, so I kind of adjusted them a little bit, made them where they would fit these plugs. But they got caps for XT60s, XT30s like I run, and others. So, Clayton, I am really slacking on maintenance. This thing is bad. And it crawled like a champ this weekend, which means these right here are going to crawl it even better. Man. There we go. You carry your batteries, or did they go in your bag? The batteries are carry-on. They went in the case with me. The case that I used was this hard case right here. So, very nice hard case. Fire and ice. Fire and ice? Not that I know of. Doing everything with no springs, just fits myself. You know, see, Justin, we were out there, and Larry runs his in Droop, and he had a little bit of issue. Some of the crawling that we were doing out there it wasn't like here at the Exoplex. You got to crawl, a climb. It's not an a long climb or a bounce climb. Out there was a little bit different, and his droop was allowing his back to ride, all the way down like that, and he didn't have any suspension to absorb the hit and go up. It was transferring straight to the chassis. So out there is a little bit of a different story versus crawling around here like we generally do. More fun is it is more fun not. I can't, let me get my screen's a little dirty. Ah, look at that. I can actually read it. Not marking the weight for the experience. What servos are you putting in the RTRs? I am putting the Reefs 900 Smart. I wanted to put the 1100, but it's a taller servo than this one. And with that being the case, and these are spaced up. I'm doing the 900 standard length or standard servo over the 900 LP because the 900 has a better durability, less chances of actually burning up. The LP with the long arm and all the swing, like all the crazy turn that these things get, is, especially like that way right there. I gotta bend this a little bit. With all the turn these things get, can be quite stressful for a low profile servo. Thank you, Nitro Pimp. I'm trying. Now I'm thinking maybe next year, once we get past all the governmental things that are going on, I will be making that trip to China. There are companies over there that I really want to go visit. And I have a purpose to go visit these companies. I would really, really like to quite possibly get my own RTR. I think it will be a very risky thing, to be honest with you. But it was also risky leaving my job of 25 years with security, benefits, all that. But I want to live. I don't want my life to go to a job. So many people my age and especially older, they have this thing to where I put in my years. I'm a man. I'm all this, all that. I did my. I'm thinking, geez, I don't really care about doing all that, but I want to go and live, go and do. And still paid. Everything's still good. Still making progress. Do I have any RC boats? I do. My favorite is I'm out here, so every time I open that door, I get bugs in here. I do have some boats. I got the Sonic Wake and the 42-inch Blackjack and an old Kyosho boat. That's a good stunt boat. That's on 4S. But hopefully everything is still going good. I haven't had any internet issues tonight. That's kind of rare. I probably shouldn't have said anything. So, all right. So, let's see. Mias, make a set of plastic or nylon axle instead of the metal. Just have the cost saving. These axles here for just under 200 or roughly $200 all said and done is actually a pretty good price. I can talk to them to see if they will do a plastic. But, I mean, these are actually a pretty good price for these. Honestly, I think so. The new ones that I'm working on, they're going to be a little bit different setup up here. Better servo placement, a little more durability to this thing. And it's going to be awesome. That's all I got to say about that. And I'm going to try. Oh my God, that shock is sticking. I've got to do some maintenance on this thing. It is horrible. Oh well. Those M-Jets are super fun to print. I haven't messed with M-Jets. We got 15 minutes to go. I'm going to wrap this up. Let me see here. So Nitro Pimp really went to bed at 8:30? That is, or 8:45. That is crazy. I barely wake up around 8 o'clock. Friday, I'm going to have to get up early. I'm going to have to set an alarm clock. That's going to be horrible. I'm going to get to bed hopefully early Thursday because Friday morning I got to take off. It's only about a 3-hour drive, which is actually pretty close for most stuff that I do. And I'll go up to Redcat Fest. The H10 steering links, did they change them or something? No, I still got to get my other Max 6s. I do got to get those done. Actually, Raminator, yes. I've got the receiver out of the new LMT in the Notorious right now. Got it glued down. So tomorrow I'll be driving that, hopefully with the wheelie mode, all that. Then I want to take that out of there and I want to put that into my Raminator. So therefore, I will have Raminator with that gyro because I did this years ago with the Promoto, right? If you guys recall, I did it with that one. And I told Arma, I said, dudes, you guys need to sell this system completely separate so we could put it into everything. But yeah, I do want to do some more Raminator stuff. The Raminator is doing really good, though. I mean, it's basically... Ooh. Am I going to take it to Redcat Fest or am I going to take the bouncer? I think I've only got room enough for one. I don't know. Maybe I can do some creative packing and get the Raminator and the bouncer with me. Take that. I've also got to take one of these little bikes of mine too. Little scooters to get around. I'll probably take the scooter one that I can pull the handle down. That's compact. The other one I got to take the steering wheel and loose and all that stuff like that. Redcat Fest is just north of Tifton, Georgia. Ooh, they did release the LMT. So now you can take that receiver, I believe, and hook it up to your IXSR transmitter if you happen to have this $700 transmitter to get that done. All right, so cool. They got that receiver, and I know they got the transmitter set up specifically for it, unless you could just simply plug any of the DX3s into it and go. But if that's the case, that is awesome. It's a little bit high for a receiver, but it's very specialized. Just north of Tifton, if you look up Redcat Fest on Facebook, maybe when I get off of here, I will see if I can get the Facebook thing and try to post it on my Facebook. Where are the Exocaged solar brain protectors hats? I'm asking for a fellow bald guys. I had a hat made, but it was way too expensive and just not very good. But yeah, it's just up Tifton, Georgia. Around 3 hours, yeah. Not quite to Macon, I don't believe. I've got to look up the actual address myself. But yeah, 12 minutes to go. I'm counting down because when I get done, Sean is still here. I've got to go get that bouncer out of his trailer because it is actually sold. I've got to build a pallet and ship this thing to Maine. Yeah, a whole RC. This is going to be probably about an 80-pound pallet, maybe if not 90 or 100. I'm not sure. But I got to get it on a pallet and actually surround it and lock it in. Abbeville, Georgia Art Park. That's it. Thank you, Chad. I appreciate that. Do you happen to have their address? Do you happen to have their address that you can post up? That would be wonderful. Thank you, Chad, for that. Abbeville, Georgia, Art Park. That'll be phenomenal. That way these guys can see the address that are still on here. There's still 72 of you awesome guys on here. You post it on the Facebook page. Cool. Chad, if you're on First Coast RC, post it there. Message me with the event link, the event information, so that way I can just easily put it right on Exocaged group, all that as well, please. Typically, my bedtime is around 2. I got printers running right now. Man, it's like I got 2 hours here where I've not looked at my phone and I'm like jonesing. I want to check it. I want to check emails and stuff like that just to see what's going on. So, but anyway, it's one of those things, man. I've done the 5:30 thing a couple times, but it was a very rare thing for me. I really, honestly, I like to be in bed by 10 o'clock at night, but not happening. Not happening. I am Florida, which would be Eastern time zone. Newer RAM balancer since you sold the old one. Well, the old one is the V1. I'm going to bring my V2. You shared the most recent flyer Thomas shared. It has that. Cool. Thank you. I don't know. I don't know if you can post it here. You might be able to post the link right here in the on the live. Can you? If you got a link to it, Clayton may have to approve it. He's a moderator here. So we got 9 whole minutes. Oh man. So Abbeville, yeah, I'll be leaving, like I say, first thing Friday morning. And finish these up. I should be able to power these up tonight. If Chad posts a direct link to Facebook or something like that, you may need to post it. Okay, so I guess Chad may not even be able to post anything. He's not a moderator. But oh well. I'm sure it's getting posted all over, and I will post it. I will repost it on Exocaged page, the Exocaged group, and First Coast RC. It's probably on all that stuff anyway. I think he's posted all that pretty well. So, all right. So let's go ahead and wind this thing down. We got 8 minutes. Was it Pat that was talking about Supernatural? Is he still on here? I think it was Pat we were talking about Supernatural. Since we got 8 minutes of wasted time here. Oh, I'm glad you reminded me about the Baja Pro X inserts. I forgot. Oh, it was Lone Wolf. It was you. All right, so dude, check this out. Okay, so now that they're up in heaven, they're angels. So, and just think about it. Even as Sam grew old, had a family and all that, the demons and everything were still around, right? So they can now come down as like almost angels, right? And they can take care of everything on a much higher level. I think that would be phenomenal. What do you think, Lone Wolf? I mean, they had a lot of plot armor. Did you see the one where they lost the plot armor? That was kind of funny. But yeah, man. And then I think in the boys, they've got Castiel, Sam, and Dean. I've never watched the boys, but dude, if they were to bring the Winchesters, like the full Winchesters with Castiel in that form, there we go. There's the address. Thank you, Chad. I appreciate that. If they were to bring them in their form from the show, dude, Homelander, no chance. Done. Castiel would solo him so fast. Yeah, Bobby's on the boys. I've never watched it. I don't have working TV. Are the episodes on? I mean, I was thinking about getting Netflix again since WWE is on there. I saw Omni Man, and he's pretty cool, but Saitama just takes him out. Saitama takes everybody out. Saitama can whoop Superman in a heartbeat. Chad, yes, sir. 80K plus people appreciate you and your info. Thank you, Taft. I really appreciate that, man. It's on Amazon Prime. I got Amazon Prime, but I don't think I've got it. Dude, Goku doesn't stand a chance. I have seen some on there where Goku and him fought and all that, but it was kind of more like a fan favorite kind of a thing where, or I don't know, kind of where they were trying to please everybody. But dude, Goku would never even have a chance to power up. Never even have a chance. Just be atoms gone so fast. Well, Lone Wolf, I know Sam's son is there. Sam is there, and I guarantee you, because in the early series, they were getting the chicks. They were getting the chicks. I'm sure Dean has somebody out there somewhere that he could get a hold of. I have a smart TV. Actually, I've got 2 smart TVs now. Huh. I'm just too dumb to use them. Clayton, it isn't even a debate. Saitama would wipe the floor with Goku like so fast. Goku would not have a chance. I mean, hey, Saitama is. He had God Garu throwing portals, putting portals out there. Saitama was grabbing a portal to another dimension and just flicking it away. You had in one of the redraws I saw, it was the ninja guy, Empty Void, and was outside of our universe, and he had like his 2 swords coming down. Saitama happened to be casually walking by and just pinched the sword. Watch this. Another one pinched that one, and then yanked him out of his universe into Earth, and then like planted him in the ground. I'm sorry, Goku, no chance. You know, Ben, maybe that might be it. Have I gotten or ordered my Max 5 HV yet? Yes. Got an antenna, let the TV auto program the channels. I don't know. I got to be able to find it somewhere. I know it's out there. I'll find it. You see the question? Yeah. See, all I know is I'm pretty sure they got some sons or daughters out there. Pretty sure. So, but the thing about it is, if they, well, I mean, heck, they all had their vessel sitting here waiting for them, right? Castiel had his vessel. Lucifer had his vessel. Michael, his vessel was Dean. Sam's was Lucifer. So, I mean, there's a vessel down here for them guys to show up in. Dude, you have to realize Saitama farted and went from Jupiter all the way to Earth with a fart. Saitama sneezed and blew the atmosphere off of Jupiter. He sneezed in outer space. There's no air to sneeze. True. Sam and Dean's bodies are gone, yes. But, I mean, heck, Castiel never had a body. Never had a physical body. He was just an entity. that came down and found the guy, whoever his vessel was. The spare time hobbies kid, go for it, Jim. What fantasy got to talk? There's a TV show called Supernatural. It was on the air for 15 years. Absolutely phenomenal, man. Absolutely phenomenal. And we're talking a little bit about Saitama whooping up Goku, which will be like no diff. Done. The only person that could actually hang with Saitama, believe it or not, is Popeye. Popeye had some scenes, I believe, where the entire universe, he completely shattered the entire universe and then rebuilt the entire universe. Like from absolute, like nothing, like a Big Bang. But anyway, that was another show I saw on YouTube. Right, Marcus. Exactly. And they've been both angels and demons. I tell you, from what I saw, what they pulled up on the Popeye stuff, that dude is insane. Tim Klupfer, with the 3-gear trans. Oh yeah, just get your 3-gear trans off of Amazon or something. Now, something else, Jim, if you want the lower gear ratio, you can see if you can find the transmission or the transmission gears out of the new release Capra. That has lower gear set in it, or a slower gear set. Might be something to think about. Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I got to get back to work. You guys have been absolutely awesome. Thank you guys for being a part of it. And tomorrow morning, we'll start my Minnesota trip. You guys have a good one. And apparently, I've got to start some inserts for Paul. Yep. Only 4 likes, man. All right. You guys have a good one. Oh, my goodness. My legs went numb. Oh. Good one.